Oh, that thing sucks. Adjustments. All right. All right, I'm heading into LA. It's so nice when I don't have court. Like when it's not me on the line, like my freedom. So much less stressful. So I'm not sure what courtroom. So this is, I'm going to, hopefully, if all goes right, I'm going to the Moxon LA case. I think it's Moxon versus LA. So at Stanley Mosque. And I'm not sure if it's I'm not sure what lawsuit this one is. So yeah, there's a lawsuit, Moxon lawsuit, and I'm actually doing some research today too. I'm gonna try to get all the orders from my case, all the minute orders from my criminal case, and then I want to get so all the minute orders from my criminal case. I'm going to try to get the warrants. So in the search warrant for San Luis Obispo, Gomez states that they've done numerous warrants for the swatter, and they were text now there were text now apps, like the text now app. I don't know what text now is. I'm assuming it's some type of, well, it said VPN. So somehow the text now app is some type of VPN maker, which is some type of phone. Like, I'm not really 100% sure, to tell you the truth. But she alleged that they had gotten a few different warrants trying to find out who the swatter was, which I don't believe her. I don't believe her. It doesn't matter if she is telling the truth or not. So I'm going to pull all the warrants that she had filed for 2024 from January to July. Excuse me, September. I still can't believe I got this channel. Sit for the Moxon case. I'm not sure which one it is. There's a couple different cases that he's got. And then I need to find the declaration. I need to get the declaration from my civil case. Sorry. Moxon's declaration, where he says that that I was involved in the attempted murder plot to kill him. So I'm going to use that language. I want to use that in the San Luis Obispo thing. And so I guess this morning, last night, when did I figure this out? This morning? Yeah, maybe this morning while we were driving, I figured out exactly how my next lawsuit, because I just, according to some people, I'm sue happy and all this and that. It's October. Or wait, hold on. It's September, August, September, October. So I think I'm going to put together a lawsuit for the public sidewalk use. And specifically Officer Rowland assaulting me while I was sitting on the I think that's my next suit in terms of the city, because I've been going back and forth. So I'm going to sue the city for the swatting, where they cuffed me for an hour, and in that lawsuit I'm bringing in the girls escaping. Excuse me, I misspoke. Okay, so I'm processing these thoughts right now as I speak out loud. Roland was the officer who hit me. He pushed me and had his baton out. He pushed me twice to get me off the sidewalk, to get me off of the road, and then to get me off of the sidewalk. Yeah, it is Albanian poultry. I heard it's a little gamey. That's Henrietta, the twerking engineer. He's former Homeland Security, so was it Homeland Security? No. What does his website say? Former. I forget what it said. Like, wait a minute, you were part of the government, man? Like, you didn't tell us. Henrietta. Poor Henry. There's a video of Henry when he was talking to Street's friend, the journalist who is a Scientology simp, who gave him a ride. What's his name? Oh, so many names to remember. I'm off on a side mission in my head now. Poor Miss Marini. What did he say he was? He said he's former... Did he say Homeland Security? I gotta look at his website. I'm subscribed now, so I'm waiting for the updates. I haven't gotten an email yet. I got an email confirming that I'm part of his team, part of a group. Okay, my mind's running through all sorts of thoughts. So when you talked to Tony Pierce, he mentioned he sounded like a Scientologist in some of them. Marini. No, Tony Pierce. He talked to him on the side of the blue building the one day. Ground. That's it. All right, thanks, Blues Lady, for keeping me honest here. I wouldn't want to be putting out any misinformation. I might. So I didn't know he had a home security background. So that's impressive. He's Scientology adjacent? I'd say so. The whole thing is weird. Listen to him and Dodge, it's like, did Scientology just put him here? Did Scientology put these two people here just to make them all sound like complete idiots? I have my friend made a leprechaun neocon. Necoleptic. Hold on. Neko baby. Leprechaun Neko baby. And it's a red-headed leprechaun lighting a cigarette on a... did you... Oh, I'm not even sure. I think, yeah, it was lighting a cigarette on a fire of tires. The poor Albanian chickens. No Albanian chickens were hurt in this podcast, this stream. Yeah, so back to my thought process of randomness. So I think that the lawsuit against the police officer, Roland, and would I sue Scientology? No, I don't know if I would sue Scientology, but Roland, the lawsuit against Roland is going to be about the sidewalks, about them restricting access to the sidewalks, and that he battered me on the and forced me. It'd basically be like a prior restraint lawsuit. I'm assuming in my head as I'm like thinking about it. Sweet Chuck. Hola, buenos dias. ¿Cómo estás? Thank you for messaging me with a voice message in Spanish, G. I need that. I need to, like, I can only do a little bit right now, but I need that. I need to have that actual interaction. Now, my friends are always telling me all the Spanish words. So, they don't speak, like, Spanish in the house, but, like, I'm learning the words slowly. Chancla was my first one. Well, Sandra, and then them really pushed the Chancla. Chonies. I love this song.
Buried it deep and caught myself. What you gonna tell me before it all came crashing down. Were you gonna hold me before you let me hit the ground?
Yeah, that was a little angry officer. And he was involved in one of the other swattings too. And he, if I haven't verified this because I keep saying it, but I think he was involved in an officer shooting where he shot a 5150 suspect. So, you know, I'm trying to fight Scientology, how they fight. Like, Moxon's suing, they got like all these different lawsuits, and that's what they know. Yeah, he was definitely off base, but he battered me to get me off of the public sidewalk, which I had access to. So that's in October or September. Hold on. September, October. Yeah, it's like October 10th or 15th. I have to get that suit together. And that one should be pretty simple. It's going to be LAPD or the city of Los Angeles rolling, and I'm not sure if I would put any Scientology actors on that. What's up, beeswax? So that lawsuit would cover all the sidewalk stuff for the city, like liability for the city. I got the meet and confer with Francois or the La Poubelle lawyer. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I love the storytelling of the lawsuit. Like the San Luis Obispo's lawsuit is starting it just like all of a sudden just turned into this like beautiful story of how Scientology attacks protesters. And I've been so impressed with how ChatGPT has like upped the game once it locked into my Google Drive. Like, it's amazing how it's amazing how it could like that and like pull out the information, because like before I was like taking from the Google Drive and feeding it into the ChatGPT, but once I gave it access, which I was like really like it has the power to delete stuff in Google Drive, which I don't even know how. Like, that's kind of scary. So what I need to do is make a whole new folder of Google Drive which is going to cost money because I pay for like the storage, the cloud storage, because there's so much information on there. But once I gave the Chat GPT that I mean, it's basically a data set, and now it has that data set to pull from. And what's interesting is they have like in ChatGPT, there's like an instant, it could kick out information instantly, and then there's like a medium, and then like a slow, where it like really like thinks, which like sometimes it's like, how could this thing process this so quickly and be correct? So it feels like when it has more time to process, it could grab the information more. And so yesterday, was it yesterday or the night before? Yeah, the night before. Oh, yesterday morning. I can't even remember now. But it took like 15 minutes for it to process. And it processed all the Scientology material because there's this. I got this massive file of all these different OSA docs. And so it like just examined that Google Drive, and then it sources everything, like it shows its source, like what document it came from. And so this San Luis Obispo suit has become this beautiful story of how Scientology's policies are such that they basically accuse any anti-Scientology protester of, one, being a hate group, and two, the cause of them receiving bomb threats. And so they manufacture this like bomb threat scenario, and then they accuse the people protesting them, and it's tried and true. It's worked so effectively that they just keep doing it. And so this whole swatting situation is like super important, and like this is why I want to see this case, and like I wish I had gone to the other cases, but I'm gonna try to cover this. I'm gonna try to cover what's going on here with like Moxon suing, because one of the biggest things with Moxon, he's suing the police officer who was the whistleblower, right? And he's had like over 100 CPRA requests on this one officer, which to me seems like harassment. It's fucking crazy. But what they're trying to do is trying to dead agent this whistleblower, a good fucking cop. This cop went against the captain, went against what was going on. He was in internal affairs. He got transferred to another station, but he was a whistleblower, and he blew the whistle on the Danny Masterson case. So Moxon's trying to he's suing Los Angeles because they're not reviewing the officer's information, which I actually am happy they're not, because that officer needs to be protected. And so I'm just giving this little hint. There is an officer. I'm just doing this generally. There's an officer within the, because I can't keep secrets. There's an officer within the Hollywood Police Department that I have contact with, who I told that officer told me that Hollywood Station receives gifts from Scientology during Christmas time. And they said that that's weird. And I talked to this person, and and they said that, well, I told them about that officer, that Scientology is suing them. They're suing them and trying to go after this officer who was a whistleblower, a good cop. So someday when I write my memoir, like 10 years from now, I will reveal my insider. I haven't had any insiders. That's my first insider, which is cool. And it's dangerous. Like, I don't know I've really enjoyed Photo Guy's articles. It's scary. Like, I almost don't want to know it because I feel like as these lawsuits, legal fees, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. And I guess that's so that protects, it encourages people to make sure that the government has accountability. Because it can be scary. Like, even like the La Poubelle, I was like, man, like, what if I have to pay the lawyer fees for Francois? Because that's a possibility. I might have to pay lawyer fees for Aaron's anti-slap. You know, the thing with Aaron, he has that new, I had that mentality, like, oh, I gotta be paid. My time is valuable, which it should be. Like, a lawyer fees, like a pro per litigant, if you win, you should be entitled to some type of compensation. Like, your time is money. But, and I think that's an unfair thing for, like, the bar association. It's like a monopoly. And we should be able to do that. Well, you have Officer Rand. No. Was it Rand? Officer Rand? Did I check to see if... No, I don't even know what the proceeding... No, I don't know how to check it, actually. Either way, I need to get these documents. I want to get this from my restraining order case. I want to get the declaration of Moxon saying that he murdered, that I was in a plot to murder him. So I want to get that documentation so I could upload it to Google Drive. And I searched for it. I could not find it. AI couldn't find it. I've been looking in my emails. I've read it. I just don't know. I just don't have a copy of it. So I need to go and get that no matter what. I want to get all the minute orders for my case, and I'm going to search the warrants. I also want to see if I could get any documents from Josiah's case. And possibly Henry's case. Because I've been thinking about Henrietta. Henrietta ended up taking charges for vandalism. And so now the church can say that protesters vandalized church property. They weren't able to say that before Henry took that charge. I mean, he had the easiest fucking case to beat. He really did. His case was so fucking easy. Like he was facing such little time. Same with MD Media. I hope MD Media fights that megaphone citation. Easy case. Easy case. Especially the time and manner in which he did it. He only used that megaphone for like a split second, putting out a message. That's not illegal. Well, Rand personally escorted Tom Cruise into that building that day. Oh, I got to add that to the lawsuit. I'm glad I just remembered that. I have to add that because the San Francisco swatting occurred before the San Luis Obispo swatting. I have to add that. I gotta remember that. That's super important to have that information, because he accused me of calling in the swattings, and he accused me of having weapons charges. You would think that with national security clearance, man, that you would have. He's so full of shit. It's funny. Little slippery little Henrietta. Not Henrietta, Henrietta. I'm sorry, chat. I could have been funny right from the get-go. But no, I was thinking Henrietta. It's Henrietta. What a moron I am. I missed out on the joke. It's an Albanian jungle fowl. It's got a little bathroom in it too. For those who know chickens. Yeah, but that needs to be part of the pleading, because I'm gonna do another lawsuit for the swatting in February of 2025. So I got time on that one. I want to make that one a good one. But I was thinking like, oh, thank you for that little memo. Yeah, that's an important piece of information. I was like, how am I going to do, like, because the swattings is one thing, but the sidewalk is even bigger. And like, it was LA's CPRA denial of my request for information on that incident, and the timing of when they chose to respond, when they said that they can respond to it, that really got me thinking, like, okay, like, they're doing this after the 2-year statute of limitations, and this is outside the normal response time. All the responses have been this day. It's been very specific, and I get whole batches of CPRA requests at the same time, because a lot of the CPRA requests, I'll do 3 or 4 or 5 of them in the same day. So when first there's like a 15-day statutory period, they ask for an extension, and then after that they say they're requesting records, and then it's like 6 weeks, which the statute's very is bullshit, because it doesn't force them to define a time, and so technically they could continue time forever. And that's probably what Moxon's dealing with. The mission today is, if we succeed, I'm going to the Moxon lawsuit, hopefully. That's the main goal. And if it's going on today, if I got the date right and everything correct. And I'm not sure if there's a couple different things he's suing for. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to get the declaration that Moxon put in my restraining order case about me doing a plot to murder him and a plot to burn the church down. And you cannot find a lawsuit today? Did I get bamboozled? I'll text her when I go to court, the person who told me about the case. She might have gotten it wrong, but it's okay. I have all these side quests today, so I need to get that declaration. I want to search the warrants of. I got to go up to the 5th floor clerk at Short Ridge. I'm not sure if I have to. I'm not sure if I could search civil cases at the criminal court and if I could search criminal cases at the civil court. So I'm gonna find that out today. And it was postponed in the PM. And what else? Okay, so declaration for Moxon in my restraining order case. Michelle Gomez, in the affidavit for the warrant stated that she had filed. I'm not sure if she said she. She might have said we. But I'm gonna search her name first. If I can. I'm not sure if I can search just by an officer's name and for what warrants they searched. So I want to see if she actually filed warrants for the swatter. And then I want to get all the minute orders from my criminal case. So I got like 3 main things. And then I want to see. Oh, this was what else I was going to search. I want to see if there was a warrant for Josiah. Because I know that, yeah, because there's 2 things that they could have done. They could have either done a private person's arrest on Josiah for Patrick Perry, or they could have done a warrant. But the warrant, well, they were claiming a felony, right? They charged him with a felony. Like Josiah's case is interesting because Josiah's case was not on the watch commander's daily log for February 16th. And Aludo, Doyle, Peterman all made the arrest that day before they came and made the arrest against for Danny, Cam, and me. Cam had the best chance of a lawsuit too, because he didn't get any. He got no charges. They claimed that he pepper sprayed them, and he didn't pepper spray anybody. They claimed Cam battered somebody, but that was just a complete fabricated lie. Ooh, I can't get over. Yeah, so if there's no court, then that's okay. I got tons of things to grab and get. I wanted to file the San Luis Obispo lawsuit, the amended one today, but it's not done yet. And right now it's like 110 pages. And I'm not sure if I can make it any smaller. Like there's so much information in the San Luis Obispo lawsuit. Like if the judge forces me to make it shorter, I can make it shorter, but like I don't see how I could tell the story without telling all the information. All right, we're in LA. I'm nervous going into court, and I don't even have court today. What I kind of like about the federal court, that you have like 90 days to get your shit together. So I need to get the San Luis Obispo thing together so I can get everyone served, and I have enough time. And I'm debating whether I'm going to use a process server or how I'm going to do this. If I'm going to drive up there San Luis Obispo and serve all the officers there, or just have a process server do it. But it's gonna be a small book. So yeah, so a lot of this information is for the San Luis Obispo lawsuit. I want to make sure that I plead it properly, and so the court what's so amazing is that that this Chat GPT just could harvest the few bits of information from each. It can harvest the few bits of information from whatever documents I have. And like I said, the Google Drive is that was the smartest move for me, was to add that Google Drive, because we basically like, I'm not trying to give you any credit, like, because I know you don't want any credit, but like, there's been people who've helped on the Google Drive. Deanna really kind of started it all with me and her. She put in a lot of time. When I couldn't concentrate, Deanna like helped put together a lot of the files and got it kind of off of the ground until Enrieta came in and like, oh, I could do it better, and da 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 da. And then he's just like this little fucking little bitch ass, man. Really, truthfully, he really, what a fucking douchebag. Like, that's all I can say. Fucking Enrieta's a fucking douchebag. And so Deanna really like helped get it off of the floor, and she has been helpful in some little like side projects with it and adding some of the information here and there, but the bulk of the work has been pseudonym. Pseudonym. Okay, Lethal Manners Media. That's our Iron Man, right? What up, Iron Man? So between me and her, and then Super Cool has been amazing, because Super Cool really helped me. Really has helped put together a lot of the minute details of my actual criminal case, and I owe her so much for just kind of knowing all the details of my case before I was able to mentally take on that. And it's been, a lot of people have like just kind of like carried that weight and that burden before I'm ready to actually like process it. And so I've had quite a few phone calls with Super Cool talking about those small little minute details, and I owe it to her for like a lot of this discovery that I just received, even the information. Yeah, she was just been amazing at all the tiny little details, and those little details have mattered. Every little detail, and so we have to talk about a bunch of different details, right? And a lot of those details don't matter. Like the vast majority, 80% of them don't matter. Maybe 90% of them don't matter. But it's the 10% that do matter, and that 10% is the stuff that I've been preying on, especially for like the hate crime incident. Like, yeah, the hate crime incident for like Jordan, that opened up a whole different avenue, because I asked about it, then that was them telling me that there's a hate crime protocol, which I knew from the hate crime reports. Yeah, there was, I can't even think off the top of my head what all the little details that she has identified, but they've been there's been so many of them, and just help me be able to like know what to question. Like if we ever go to trial, they're screwed. If we go to trial, they're screwed, because pseudonym had helped write months and months and months ago, helped write my questions for cross-examination and for direct. And those questions are like beautiful. Sue had spent a whole lot of time breaking down Ludo's probable cause affidavit. And that probable cause affidavit has been used by every officer since. That probable cause affidavit has been the foundation of almost every single police report in the narrative of the protesters. Every single one. Torres used it. Gomez used it. She used that same affidavit language in her warrant, her affidavit for the San Luis Obispo warrant. Panetta, which is the detective in the misdemeanor or in the felony case for the planters for Northeast Division. He used it in his follow-up investigation. It was used by who else used it? Yeah, who else used it? Who else used it? I'm trying to think. Heather Mata used it in the hate crime report, in all three of the hate crime reports. Detective Hall, in the follow-up report on 2/2024 and 4/2024, he used it. Yeah, it was basically copy and paste. That's exactly what they did. And so that's super important, because what's beautiful about that is that it's all bullshit. It's all lies. Like, you could tell the lie over and over and over again. It doesn't make it fucking true. And it has Celcidio. And so every affidavit, every report is based on a bunch of lies. Yeah, verbatim Aludo's words. And so, like, because of that, even like Francois's statements was Aludo's affidavit, basically. Yeah, and so I got this Wong versus Dong, man. Like, I fucking can't believe the Wong versus Dong, the slapback. So I did a stream last night about the slapback on my other channels, and the slapback is in response to like an anti-slap. It's basically the person I could get fees too. And because I was like, man, that's bullshit. Dorothy got all the money, and the fucking weirdo fucking lawyer that she works for, who was sucking on the thumb of his client, and at the very least, and he was fucking doing drugs with her, which is very unprofessional for a lawyer to be, you know, sucking on the thumb of it. Who won, the Dong or the Wong? The Dong won. Wong was wrong, and it was all about Dong. I can't believe Wong versus Dong. Like, I get to argue Wong versus Dong. Like, today, my meet and confer with Francois' lawyer, we're talking Wong and Dong. Fucking lucky me, man. Like, oh yeah, what was the case? Oh, it was Wong versus Dong. It's fucking amazing. Or Dong versus Wong. God damn. And this is a recent case. This was last year, 2025. So it's hot off the Wong Dong. You can't write this. No, you can't at all. That's what makes it entertaining. Ding dong, the witch is dead. The witch is dead. It's like ping pong pizza place, which I've been to, and I got kicked out of. I got kicked out of Comet Pizza. Hopefully you gave him 72 hours. We're doing a street cleanup. They're supposed to give 72 hours when they, oh, I might, my side mission might be right here. Where am I? Lexington. Like, I definitely think they need to get all the sidewalks cleaned and the shit done, but I also believe that they need to get a proper eviction. And people might not agree with that. You fell asleep, so you missed most of Dong and Wong? Dong Wong Silver? Oh, here they are. Here's the garbage cans. I'm looking. I don't see any notices anywhere. No notices. So in San Francisco, they're really good on the notices. They'll put them on all the streets. See, all it is, they're spending so much money on the cleanup when if they just got the right infrastructure to like house these people. The whole homeless situation here is so fucked. I gotta get in this lane. Alright, this is Main Street. I might come back over here. Main and 3rd. If there's no case today. So the thing with homeless is a lot of them are on drugs and a lot of them. Well, and that's the problem. And that was like my mom, the homeless shelter that they worked at was a drug-free homeless shelter. And I believe that there should be a sober living, but they turned away so many people that needed help because they were addicted to drugs. And being addicted to drugs is half of the reason why they're homeless. Right? Half of them, a lot of them are like head injuries. And so all that is, yeah, I don't know. It just complicates it. You have to have both. And I watched, someone had sent me this documentary about like Sweden or Switzerland where they house people. Like the first thing is they get them housed. And then they set them up with services and like a group of people that come and check up on them and basically provide them with a community. Hey, sweet tits. And yeah, and I know that the housing comes first, because with the housing comes like some type of structure. I know that handing out meth pipes and clean needles is not the fucking answer. Security. Well, it's like a mindset. Like you just have that secure thing. You can keep stuff together. You know, a lot of it at the first. I'm trying to think of the Austin homeless community. One of their big things is they help people get driver's license, because that affects a lot of people. They just don't have the proper government permission to. Yeah, they don't have the proper government permission. 7:53. So this is going to be Stanley Mosque. So I could park. Los Angeles County Law Library. What? Oh, I didn't know that was here. Oh, that's fucking cool. Okay. Interesting. I did not know that. You need an address to get an ID. Well, and this is what, like, a lot of these people, when they do have the tents and they come and clear it, if they do have any type of mail or anything, it's like just all thrown away. Say if they're all trying to take a poo in the bushes or something, or anything along those things that they just come and take everything. They throw everything away, and then that all that does is traumatize them. And like, I didn't understand trauma. Like, I understand trauma. I never really had trauma before, and all this shit that I've gone through like created like hardcore trauma. And I can't imagine trying to like, yeah, like you're pushing through all the trauma over and over again. It just seems like such a tough. The whole thing is just fucked. But passing out fucking meth pipes is definitely not the answer. If they're passing out like joints, like marijuana, I could be down with I could be down with that. Well, there's a parking thing right there too. All right, here's Stanley. That one's 20. I'm gonna park at the 10 and walk. Why am I confused? Where am I at? That's Stanley Mosque. Yeah, no, I think that the homeless thing, like, and to me, the solution is tiny little homes on, to me, the solution is tiny homes on wheels. I don't think any community should have the bulk of the homeless in front of their businesses in residential houses. I think that this is my belief of how some of the homelessness has to be handled. It has to be mobile. It has to be. It's just like rotational grazing. Basically, you have to rotationally graze the homeless, and so you have showers and bathrooms that are portable, that could be moved through the streets. And then you have very specific community service through like the jail system and everything, where they have to come and pressure wash the sidewalks, all that shit. And so you would move the homeless, and you also could have, you need to have two separate things. You need to have almost even three. You need to have a sober living group. You have to have a non-sober living group, and then even like a transitional one where they're transitioning from sobriety to non-sobriety. That's how I believe it needs to be done. And then you also have to have ones where there's a lot of the homeless that don't want to be around others. They want to be on their own. So you have to have like single outcroppings and some type of some type of service where you're able to address the ones that want to live by themselves, and then you have ones where it's like a group. Okay, I see where I'm at. Okay, I was confused because I'm not up there. Okay, I know exactly where I'm at now. But that's how I believe it should be done. But it has to move. I don't think any commercial business should take the blunt of the homeless, of them being around their area. And if they did like some type of rotational grazing, per, and they move them from location to location, that could really solve. That would just take the burden off of one location. And then, the burden of the piss and all that, because you're still going to get the piss, you're still going to get the noise, you're still going to get the litter. There needs to be like big dumpsters and garbage. There needs to be like an on-site place for them to like collect their cans. And, the homeless should be really utilized for other city services at a different type of pay rate, or, something along that line. Okay, that's what I need right there. These are just what I believe. And, is that a fucking spot right here? 30-minute parking. It didn't even have a meter. Okay, I'm gonna park there. This is actually nice because it's closer than the criminal courthouse. It's only $10. Department 833. Fuck yeah. Thank you. Did you just bake cookies? Fair enough. That's where Laura used to park. I'm gonna park in the parking garage. No, I've been seeing like you feed the homeless and you just make them come back. But I don't know. I don't believe that. I believe that, what's cool about the homeless is that they all bind together for their next meal. Like they all look out for each other so that they could all just have a meal. And that is something that I experienced like in the parks in like Tucson, because I was selling on eBay, but I was also homeless, but I'd hang out at the public parks or the library. And so the public parks and the library are where all the homeless use services. That's where you could get a bath, you could sit in the air conditioning, or you could sit in the heat, you could get out of the rain, and you have bathrooms. And so that's where a lot of them congregate, and everyone is just there to help each other get their next meal. So it's important to have that. Yeah, it's important to have that. Okay, where the fuck was that parking thing? How did I just get screwed up? Okay, that's $12. Okay. But where is the... Feeding Creates Community. No, a soapbox is good. Okay, what the fuck? Why am I confused? I get so turned around in here sometimes. So I turn that way, left, boom. I saw it over up here. I still don't know the area 100% yet. Where's the fucking courthouse? Oh, I think because I gotta go up one more block. Okay, yeah. That's fucking confused, man. Damn. Okay. That's the law library. Where's Stanley Moss, though? That's the United States Courthouse. That's... I'm fucking so confused. Where the fuck? Okay, there's City Hall. Oh, that's Stanley Moss, or that's Clear Ridge. So I just passed it. God damn it. I could go around this block and then back. I thought you said you have wonderful eyes. Like this motherfucker. Getting all tutti frutti on me, man. Thank you. You have a great day. I'm glad you're I showed your thing, your Iron Man thing the other night, 2 nights ago. I was laughing. I was like, God damn, I'm afraid of this motherfucker. And You're like me. Like everyone is like afraid of you, but you're really a big teddy bear. Okay. Entrance. This is it. Okay, cool. We have $10 flat rate. Entrance. Boom. Thank you, Super Cool, for getting that courtroom. Oh yeah, this is cool. There's no card. How do they know that? Oh, it's a flat rate. Duh. Yeah, no. You can't undo that. You can't unring that bell. All right. Keys. Check. Did I turn the car off? I didn't. It's so weird. I can't hear the fucking engine. $33. Let's go into the piss staircase. Ugh. Well, Davis, because you're an op. Oh my God, I can barely breathe in here. I took the Broadway. I don't understand. I don't understand how I go up like 4 levels or about like 3 levels and then I just go down 1 level and you're at the street. That parking garage is confusing as fuck. Okay. It's pretty cool. That whole thing has to be completely level for that to work. I also don't understand some of the courthouses. So this is the Felistas and Gonzalo Mendez United States Courthouse. So United States Courthouse. There's the federal courthouse where I file, which is next to the federal prison. And then there's another federal courthouse. So I'm going, this is Moxon's lawsuit today. I'm gonna try to cover this, and I'm coming to Patrick Perry's case on the 17th. I like that Venn diagram. Pretty accurate. pretty accurate. Nailed it.
Mira, no sé si lo alcanza a ver allí. Hay un triángulo. Es la casa de ópera.
Nailed it. Two-party politics. Oh. Seems to sum up our conversation just earlier. Hell yeah, graffiti person breaking the law, winning. Irony. Graffiti the world. All right, I'm going in. I will give you an update. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't work too hard. Peace. What's going on?